Long before men sailed the oceans or mapped the mountains, there lived two great peoples hidden from human eyes. Deep beneath the sea's endless blue were the merfolk, guardians of the tides and keepers of ancient songs. And in the high green valleys of the north, among mist-covered cliffs, ran the proud and wild centaurs. They were never meant to meet, but fate, like the tide, never stays still. The story begins with a storm not of weather but of prophecy. The skies churned as if torn open by the gods. Lightning touched both land and sea in the same breath. In the roaring foam a voice echoed, deep, ancient, oracle of the sea. When hoof meets fin under moon's white eye, a bond will rise that defies sky and tide, but the cost will echo for 1,000 tides. It was a warning and a promise. In the eastern coastal lands where cliffs broke into rocky beaches, there was one place where sea and land whispered to one another. There, a centaur named Kalin often ran, faster than wind, stronger than the crashing waves. Kalin, son of the forest herders, was not like the others. While his brethren hunted and practiced war songs, Kalin lingered by the ocean. He believed the wind carried voices and the waves carried secrets. And he was right. Beneath those waters swam a mermaid named Lyra. Curious and fierce, her voice could lull whales and command dolphins, but she too was unlike her sisters. She often surfaced near the cliffs, staring at the horizon like something waited just beyond it. They both belonged to worlds that had never crossed. Until that day. The sun was setting when Kalin galloped to the edge of the cliffs. Below, Lyra surfaced, singing a soft melody that stirred the gulls and made the air shimmer. Kalin, softly, "That's not the wind." He peered down and saw her, golden hair tangled in seaweed, her eyes shimmering like sapphires, her tail reflecting twilight. Lyra, startled, "You're not human." Kalin, "Neither are you." And just like that, the prophecy stirred. They didn't speak again that day, just stared, breath held between the sea breeze and the heartbeat of the earth. Night after night, they met, first in silence, then with words, then with songs. Lyra, singing, "O rider of land with hooves of flame, what draws you near to the sea's cold name?" Kalin, responding, "O maiden of waves, with voice so pure, what dream do you seek on the sunlit shore?" They knew this could not last, but they didn't care. In the darkness, they carved a world where land and sea kissed like lovers beneath the stars. One evening, Lyra took Kalin beneath the sea, not fully, just enough. With a kiss of kelp and a shell of breath, she gifted him moments under the water. He saw her world, palaces of coral, dances of jellyfish, and the ruins of ships swallowed by time. It was about Kalin's kind. Both were warned. The Mermaid Council forbade mingling with surface beings, and the Centaur elders scoffed at seaborne legends. Elder Centaur, hoof and fin were never meant to touch. Such unions weaken the herd. Mermaid Council matron, love with the land invites ruin. The tides punish betrayal, but love, once kindled, is not so easily extinguished. So they met in secret, a tidal cave that only existed during low moon. There they told stories of their people, shared old scars, and painted futures they dared to dream. Lyra, "I wish I had legs, just for one day." Kalin, "And I wish I had wings, so I could fly with you beyond both our worlds." They shared their first true kiss as a storm brewed in the distance. Their love was no longer a whisper, it became thunder. Both worlds began to notice. Tides changed, herds grew restless, dolphins carried warnings, owls watched at night, and still they met. Until the prophecy returned. The sea oracle came to Lyra in a vision, a veil of salt, eyes like whirlpools. "Oracle, you have cracked the shell of destiny. The bond you forge will split the seas and scorch the grass. One must choose, or all will lose." And far above, Kalin's shaman saw fire in the stars. Shaman, a sea child and a mountain sun. The storm will feed on them both. Their love sparked fear. A patrol of centaurs tried to capture Lyra. She fled into the waves, injured. Enraged, the merfolk sent a tide that drowned the valley's edge. It wasn't a war of swords, but of mistrust. Kaylin and Lyra met again, one last time. Lyra, if we stay, they will destroy each other. Kaylin, then we leave. They tried to flee beyond the edges of both realms, but fate, ever cruel, intervened. A tidal quake struck. Kaylin held Lyra as the cave collapsed. Kaylin, you were the ocean to my fire. Lyra, and you were the sky to my song. The waters took them. The sea calmed. The herds wandered quietly. The Mermaid Council never spoke of Lyra again. The Centaurs carved no memory of Kaylin. But some nights, when the moon is low and the tides breathe softly, their song returns, echoing voices. In wind and wave, between hoof and fin, love once dared and paid the price of legends shared. Today, sailors whisper of a place where the cliffs sing, and forest children say they see silver tails in rivers. Some say it's just myth, a story passed from firelight to foam. But those who've loved deeply know, the greatest stories are not those we remember, but those that never let us forget. Fade out. Here's end of our story. Don't forget to hit like button and subscribe to your channel.